Hey, so my name is Lauren, and by the time you see this, I'll probably be in a hospital. But I wanted to kind of tell my story a little bit. I, in a couple of years ago, not even 2 years ago, um, I I've been diagnosed with scoliosis since I was a kid, but a couple of years ago, it got to the point where the only thing I could do was have surgery to alleviate the pain and from my lungs collapsing because my spine was so disproportionate that it was threatening my life. So I was living in California as a reporter and working a lot of hours and working hard, making sure that I worked hard enough hours to have insurance. Thank you. So happy that I had that. Um, because the surgery kind of happened really fast once I did my test and they found out how bad my scoliosis had gotten. So had a spinal fusion in California. Um, it was really, really rough. It was very hard to deal with. Spent 2 weeks in the hospital. And then after that, my job dropped me and my insurance. So my surgery was taken care of except for taxes, but my therapy and hospital stay and other like pain medications and all of that was not taken care of. It ended up having to be billed to me, and I had to pay it out of pocket as much as I could. Now, after that, my life seemed like it was getting back on track, but I started getting complications. And complications in surgery is pretty common. I mean, it's not anything new. But I was going back to this doctor, the surgeon that did my surgery in California, and he just became very unhelpful and couldn't really figure out what to do, especially since I didn't have insurance anymore. So I ended up having to move back home with my mom, and my pain got worse over the months, and I had to go to the emergency room over a dozen times, which of course self-pay in itself, that's really expensive. Um, Relocating was difficult financially. Leaving behind everything that I worked so hard for in my life with my career, and basically any savings that I had, everything was just taken away from me because I had to maintain this complication with my back. Um, Over the summer of last year, 2013, I woke up with my back kind of protruding in pain and ended up having to go to emergency for that and found out that I had nerve damage and something called the winged scapula. And that is something that is always painful. It kills me every day. And it's like a little bone that kind of sticks out of this side. And uh, that's from nerve damage from the instrument, the metal in my spine. I've been seeing another surgeon here in Michigan, and luckily he's been taking me while I've been paying out of pocket to see him, which is something, just adding on to the bills. And so, because of the Affordable Care Act, I was able to apply for that and apply for insurance. And the thing is, it's great because the premium it's not so bad, but there's a 30% tax with that, and there's also lots of little stipulations that still make it quite expensive, but it is a necessity because guess what? Now I have to have another surgery. And when you see this video, I probably will either be in surgery or coming out of surgery, or maybe like in the recovery process of it. But these surgeries are upwards of $500,000. And now I'm having a second one, which is kind of rare. I mean, it's already rare me having this surgery with my age, but basically what they're going to do is take out the metal that was put in and the screws that were put in to straighten my spine in California and redo it And hopefully that will alleviate some of my pain and give me the ability to live again, to work again, to walk, a long period of time, to just hang out with people, with my loved ones, without having to be the party pooper, like, yeah, time to go to emergency, or yeah, time for me to go home. Um, my poor mother is the only one that really has been able to financially help me, and she's paid for basically everything. When I say pay out of pocket, it's through her, because I can't work. I applied for disability, got denied because of my age, and the appeal process for that. So overall, it's been almost 2 years of this craziness, and now it's almost like it's starting all over again. It's like the worst deja vu ever. But I try and stay positive and in good spirits. And my sister and some of my friends told me about this website, and I figure, why not? Because it's getting rough. I want to show you, like, this is my little file cabinet that I have with all of my bills in it from the beginning of the surgery. There's lawyers' fees, there's doctor's fees from here to Alabama to California. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's um, emergency visits, CAT scans, MRIs, all of these things that have been paid or just been billed to me, and there's no way that I can pay them. Uh, Basically, at the end of all of this, I mean, at the end of all of this, probably gonna owe about $300,000 in bills, and that's actually not even. I mean, it's probably gonna be worse than that. Um, but I have to do this to save my life. I have to have the surgery. I can't just not get it, because I have discs that are slipping. I have uh, screws that are loose and they're coming out, and that could cause tremendous infection and could kill me. I mean, the surgery is life threatening as well, but I'd rather take the chance of having it and surviving and moving on than not having it and dealing with not being able to have children in the future, maybe not even being able to walk eventually. So it's really important to have this surgery, and I am grateful for the insurance that I did have and the insurance that I do have now, but anything can help me. And it's hard for me to ask for help. Like, it's really hard for me to ask for help. I'm not one of those people. But if you could help, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. I love you guys, and I thank you, the ones who know me and who have supported me throughout this tremendous chapter in my life. And I will, your thoughts and prayers and cards have not gone unnoticed. Um, but yeah, so thank you, and I will see you on the other side of all of this. But I love you. Thanks.